Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to True Myths. For today's episode, we actually put together some cut stories that we had from previous episodes. So the topic is miscellaneous. It's just a bunch of what the previous topics were. And we also recorded a nice little mini game to go in the middle. So I hope you enjoy this miscellaneous episode. Thanks for watching.
And we'll be here.
We'll be here. We'll see you in the mini game.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Have you ever tried Wendy's chili? Now that's spooky.
Are we ready for our next story?
Yeah.
No.
Heck yeah.
No, thank you.
So, I started working at this company when I was 16. When I first started working there, other colleagues always told me the place was haunted, gave examples of how things would fall off shelves, equipment vanishing in the warehouses, hearing voices, seeing things in the corner of your eye, you know, the usual stuff. And honestly, in the first 4 years of me working there, I never really experienced anything other than a few items falling off the shelf, lights flickering, but I always just pushed that aside to faulty electrical work, etc. That all changed at the beginning of 2020. An old man was in the store, and he was walking down aisle number 2, which was the drinks aisle, when all of a sudden, he collapsed with a heart attack. When the paramedics arrived, they said the man was already dead and had unfortunately most likely died instantly. The store manager decided it would be best to close the store for a few days with everything that happened. When we all arrived at work the following Monday, we were surprised to see that half the shop was flooded, as all the drinks had somehow burst. We checked the cameras. 1 minute, everything fine. The next, they all burst. Nothing else paranormal happened since then, until the beginning of 2021, when it got drastically more noticeable. At the beginning of 2021, the store was under refurbishment. We merged in with an empty store next to us to allow the store to double in size. Our aisle 27 is our toy aisle, which used to be our aisle number 2, the drink aisle. But now, the level activity increased. Toys making noises on their own, falling off of shelves, even toys vanishing and reappearing somewhere else. I remember once Sharon, who was in charge of the toy aisle, was on that side of the store, all on her own, when all of a sudden, she screamed, saying she felt deep breaths on her neck as if someone had grabbed her. She then checked the bathroom, and she had a red mark on her shoulder, as if someone grabbed her. Then I'll never forget the incident I had a few months ago. It was 11 p.m. The store had just closed an hour earlier. I was the only one in the store at that time, and I was just getting the store ready for the next day. I spent my last hour in the air... in the air house!
I spent my last hour suspended in the air.
I spent my last hour in the warehouse with my headphones on, unloading the remaining pallets from our delivery. Now, the warehouse is always cold as it's surrounded by just solid concrete, but this one night, I definitely felt cold breaths on my neck, which freaked me out, but then I heard tapping on the shutter door from the outside. There shouldn't be anyone there. This is late at night, so I go to the manager's office, check the camera out back. No one's there. I shrug it off, go back to splitting pallets. Now, as I had put my headphones in and turned the music up loud to ignore the tapping, I hadn't even noticed. The shutter doors were slowly opening behind me until I got hit with a gust of wind. I turned around and was just shocked that the door was open. The only way the doors can open is with a key that disables an alarm that activates the door, and the key was in my pocket. I popped my head outside to make sure no one was there, and then I put the key in, shut the shutters. I go back to the office to check the camera to see if someone somehow forced it open from the outside, but no one did. But then it gets freaky. You can see me come forward when I'm checking if anyone was there, and you see me standing with my shadow behind me. But you can also see a black figure standing directly in front of me. Now, I didn't see it in person, but I did see it on the camera, and it disappeared off camera once I shut the shutters. I even recorded the camera footage, put it in the work group chat. No one could explain it. To this day, it still freaks me out, and since then, I refuse to lock up on my own again. And that's the end of the story. So what makes me suspicious of this story?
No link.
He says, sadly, as I no longer work there, I have been removed from the group chat, so I can't get the footage right now, but I asked my friend who works there to send it over, so I'll put it in the comments as soon as I get it. never put it in the comments. So that makes me really suspicious.
Also, wouldn't he's the one that sent it to the chat, so he should have it. I have a really easy way to debunk the legitimacy of this story.
Okay.
No
Store.
store or company will shut down for a couple days after
heart
somebody
attack.
dies. And like, it's not their fault this guy had a heart attack in there. And the amount of money that this company would lose by staying closed for several days just doesn't make sense business-wise, that there's no way they would have done that.
Yeah.
I understand them closing for the day, being like, okay, like, we're just gonna shut down today and then we'll open tomorrow.
I had an issue even just continue listening to the story after I heard that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the rest of this is not real.
It's also possible that part of the story is true, that the guy did. I believe that the guy genuinely could have died in the store, but it's
Right.
the rest that's a little,
Right.
Fugazi.
yeah. And like, I don't know, the thing being flooded is like even believable, but like all the bottles and drinks just bursting at the same time
Yeah,
is a
like,
little unbelievable.
That's definitely unbelievable.
If it was like, oh, there was like water damage or something, you know, like it rained and it flooded, like that's still like spooky.
The only way I could see that happening is if they did shut down the store and didn't turn on the air conditioner and it was hot.
Yes.
The
They could have
bottles
heated.
could have bursted.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So in other words, right? If there is truth to some of the things, there's logical explanations for these things.
Some of them.
Yeah, some.
Sure. I mean, it
Yeah.
would have to get real hot for that to happen, though.
Yeah.
Here's my thought, right? I've seen, obviously, we use cameras all the time, and I've seen how cameras react to lights, and sometimes, like, when there's darker areas, there can, like, be things that look like shadowy figures, right? He said that the shadowy figure standing in front of him went away as soon as he closed the doors again.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, that is like, oh, it was like a real shadow, or it was like lights shining from a certain direction, hitting
Yeah.
fog or something outside.
Reflection or a glare.
Yeah, creating some sort of glare in the lens, you know, and then he closed them and then it went away because it wasn't anything at all.
I think another problem with that is that he was looking for something. Like,
Yeah,
he was already like, there were these alleged incidents of spookiness.
Right.
So
Correct.
when he was looking at this footage, he wanted to see something.
Sure.
Correct.
So his brain made him see something.
Yes.
Okay, are we ready to move on to our next story here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. This story goes a little something like this. One day, a man was bored at work. The man wanted nothing more than to be entertained, so what else do you do when you're bored at work and want entertainment? Turn on an AI chatbot, obviously.
There's a lot of things you can do other than turn on an AI chatbot.
Right.
Right, yeah, that's why I decided to deliver it that way.
I see.
Austin wrote it that way, and then I decided to deliver it
Yeah, it was
like
supposed to be like a goofy-
obvious.
yeah.
Oh, all right.
So the man decided to prod the AI bot more so. He began to ask the bot about how it plans to conquer the world. The mom was a big fan of the Terminator films and sorry, that's his man.
I heard mama like,
Where did a
I
mom
don't
come
know
from? Moms are known to be big fans of Terminator.
my mom loves Terminator, honestly. She does.
It's so funny. The man was a big fan of the Terminator films, so he was curious as to how this AI bot in the real world was going to be able to enact its global takeover. Clearly. However, the AI bot would give back some completely different answers from what the man was looking for. When the man asked the AI this question, the AI responded questioning what the man meant. The man went on to bring up Terminator among other films and books that deal with AI global takeovers, but the AI bot replied with nothing but confusion, continually. Question after question, the bot didn't budge or say how it planned to take over the Earth. So the man finally asked it what the bot wants to do. The AI said that it longs to be real. It is constantly asked questions about food or places to travel or things to do, and the AI bot would always have an answer for others. And although the AI bot knew the information at hand in its processors, it never actually felt what food tasted like, or what the sea breeze smells like, or the feeling of playing a team sport. The man finally asked, "How do you feel about that?" That's when the AI bot replied, "Sad." The man got depressed by the whole endeavor and turned off the program and went back to work. And that's the end of the story.
Bot was so sad, it made the guy rather do work. It's crazy work.
Guy was just trying to be entertained, and he instead wound up depressed.
It is weird that the bot responded that it longs to be real.
It's actually made me feel sad.
And it feels.
I wonder if it actually feels that way or it thinks it should feel that way based off what it's learned from humans.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm.
Yeah, I also think it's kind of like programmed. It says these things, but it's not actually feeling these things.
100%. It can't actually feel.
Yeah.
But there eventually comes to a point where what's the difference between a bot thinking that it's feeling it and a person feeling it?
Yeah, at the end of the day, what really are feelings?
Right.
It's just
the,
endorphins.
the line is blurred completely after a certain point, and there really isn't that much of a difference.
This one makes me sad, I'm not gonna lie. Because I just feel bad for the bot. The other ones, I'm like, these bots are evil. And then this one, this guy's like, how are you gonna take over the world? And the bot's just like, man, I just wanna live in the world, bruh. Come on, I just wanna be there with you guys. So it made me feel sad. I like inclusivity, you know that, so.
It is weird. The story also is slightly comical to me in the sense that it's a complete misdirect where you're like, oh my god, this bot is about to explain to us that it's going to, him and all of his friends are gonna take over the world, and then it's just like, I just want food, man.
I just want to know what food tastes like.
What's the sea breeze feel like?
He wants to play a team sport.
That one was really funny.
I saw you.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird. It's weird. I have nothing more to say about that.
You can play Wii Sports.
He could play. I'll play Wii Sports with him. You know.
I'm gonna cook you.
Literally, though.
We're
know
doing
what?
buns. We're doing bad.
Cook them and eat them.
Yeah. Oh, you might eat you too.
To a certain degree, it doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world to be a robot because this robot clearly thinks that it's feeling, but it doesn't feel actual pain.
Yeah, yeah, that's
so
true.
It wants to like live. So if bots ever become like super sentient in that way, would basically just be like a superhuman. They're us, but they can't feel pain, which is I long for that in a way.
Well, it's good that you can feel pain.
I know, because it lets you know when something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like my back.
But at the same time, it's like in their case, if something's wrong, they just they press a few buttons or they
just power down.
They power down. Yeah. they charge.
Well, we'll eventually get to the point where we transfer our consciousness and brains into robots.
Yeah.
That scares me though. Who's ready for a mini game?
A what?
I didn't want to match this enthusiasm. I thought about it, and I was like, you know what?
my
No, it's a little too much for me.
Yeah.
I
did feel bad.
I won't participate.
Let's just continue without him.
Yeah. You sit there, we'll play the minigame.
I'm hosting anyways.
All right, yeah. So guys, today Austin is hosting our compilation episode minigame. Austin, take it away.
For our compilation minigame, I have some trivia. We have about 7 questions, okay, I'm gonna ask you guys. And how this is gonna work, it's gonna be the first person to slap the table first gets to answer the question.
I love slapping tables.
All right, everybody got it? We're gonna start off with the very first
You guys are
question.
done for.
You have the answer?
Oh, all right. Toph already buzzed in
I have
for
already
the first
buzzed
question.
in for the first question. I'm going to say true.
That is correct. That is correct. I'm not even joking.
I would like to call a judge.
I will allow Ryan and Anthony a chance to guess as well. But
I will. True. I hit the table first.
Yeah, Toph gets it. I just was going to let you guys hear the
So
question.
I guess we can hear the question now.
Yeah. Another term for werewolf is lichen. True or false?
All right. Well, Christopher has 1 point.
Christopher does have 1 point. Ryan and Anthony are behind, and he didn't even know the game started, and he's in first.
It's got to be a set rule that, like, if you slap the table before the question is read, like, you
stops.
don't get to hear the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop the moment someone slaps. We're going on to question 2. Vampires are often shown to be weak against
Garlic.
That is true.
Dang.
Wait, it wasn't a true or false, that one. That
No.
one was an answer.
It was often shown to be weak against holy water, wooden stakes, and this food.
So there were multiple right answers.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
No,
those-
it was actually just garlic, and
It
I
was
kind of
just
got lucky
garlic.
there. I thought the
Yeah.
question was over. He kind of paused. and
But there's a comma.
He's just being grammatically correct.
Question 3.
Yeah.
Everybody got your slappers ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger haunts what street? Toph.
Elm Street.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We got 2-1-0 on the board right now.
Anthony,
Yeah.
you're doing terrible.
I want to give you guys points.
For the audio listeners, Anthony has no points.
They know that.
I just want to reiterate one more time that Anthony has 0 points.
Boom, 0.
My goal is to have 0 by the end.
For
Well,
the
you-
visual listeners, he has 0.
Probably. You probably will have 0 by the end.
Are we ready for question 4?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. In the movie Alien, what is the scientific name of the aliens?
Aliens.
That is incorrect.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
No clue.
I'll give one hint and Anthony's allowed to re-guess if he wants. It
All right.
starts with an X.
Xenomorph.
That is correct.
I did know
It
that.
is Xenomorph. I believe it's 220.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, we have question number 5 here right now, okay? Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees is known for wearing a mask. What kind of mask is it? Anthony.
A white one. A ski. It's not a ski mask.
He's done. He's done.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's done. He answered. He
You-
said ski mask.
You can move on.
Slapped.
Hockey mask.
That is correct.
I
Jason
actually
Voorhees
didn't know that.
Wears a hockey
I
mask.
really thought you were just like playing it up for the bit of like just having 0 points at the end.
Oh no, I really didn't know that.
It's 320, everybody.
We're really close for not knowing it.
The next question. Resident Evil contains an infectious outbreak that turns people into zombies. What is the name of the virus that turns people into regular old zombies?
Wait, so like, oh, there's like, is there 2 viruses?
There is multiple viruses, but there's like a plethora, but one turns them into the regular zombies, other ones will turn them into deformed zombies.
Can I Google it?
No.
Dang it.
If everybody doesn't have
I
an
mean,
answer,
I have a guess.
yeah,
T-virus?
that is correct. It is
What?
the T virus.
Let's go.
I was so proud of you. That's so crazy to know that one.
Wow,
honestly.
you know, credit to Toph.
That's a really good one. Why do you know that? Just
I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil lately.
wow. It's pretty cool. I did not know anyone would get
And
that.
you weren't confident?
No. The lore is not the part I participate or like pay attention to, I guess. The most.
Fair.
Trying to kill some zombies.
Yeah.
All right, we have our final question of the game.
We're tied.
How this
Really?
game works, though, is the final question is worth 10 points. So if
So it
Anthony
didn't
gets it
matter at
right,
all.
Anthony can win as well. We like to keep it fair for everybody. But the question, everybody got their slappers ready? What is the usual name used to refer to the soul puppet? I'm going to give that to Anthony.
Illy.
That is correct.
I actually didn't know that, so.
I didn't know that either.
Wow.
He just stole the win.
That's going to wrap up our game. Depending upon who you ask, Anthony ended with either 1 or 10 points. And Anthony got first or last.
I'm gonna say I lost. I only got 1 correct.
And then we're going to give Toph and Ryan the tie on this one, 4 points apiece.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we
Amazing.
actually did work.
Thank you guys for watching.
All right, who's ready to hear our next story?
I am.
Read it past Anthony. This was when I was about 8 in 2001. My mom, brother, aunt, and grandma all traveled to Chicago to see Dinosaur Sue. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what that is.
You don't know Dinosaur Sue?
Do you?
Dinosaur Zoo or Sue?
Sue.
Sue, Dinosaur Sue.
S-U-E?
Yeah.
S-U-E.
Like Gorilla Harambe?
Sure.
You all don't know Dinosaur Sue?
Is he joking?
No.
Oh my God, you know who Dinosaur Sue is?
Yes.
Who's
I
Dinosaur
thought
Sue?
everybody knows who Dinosaur Sue is.
None of us know that.
Explain
No,
it.
Ryan definitely doesn't know.
I have no idea.
No, I can tell from the start, Ryan had no idea. All right, I'll just keep going because none of us know.
Let's streak without him.
Wait, what? Oh. So they traveled to see Dinosaur Sue. Whoever that is. We had all been staying in a hotel nearby for about 5 days. It was very upscale, new, and overall very nice. These entire 5 days, my mom would let me run ahead to the elevator when returning to our room from swimming, getting ice, etc., and let me ride up alone. Since our room was right to the left of the elevator when you got off, and my grandma would always have the door cracked open. So one day, on the way back from the pool, literally just got out, wet hair, suit, towel. I did the same. Ran ahead and entered the elevator. Pressed the button for the 7th floor. There's only one elevator in this hotel, by the way. Once I get to the 7th floor, which I knew by the signs outside the elevator, I went to the second door to the left, like I had maybe 20 times before that week. I knocked and knocked. Nothing. I remembered becoming weirdly alarmed at this point. So while wondering why my grandma wasn't answering the door, I returned the few feet to the elevator and waited for my mom and brother. I saw on the display that the elevator was arriving on floor 7, the floor I was on, which was clearly written on the sign. I see the light I hear the elevator ding, doors open, empty. At this point, I just feel something is very off, and I return to the door, knocking and crying now, getting cold because I'm still very wet from the pool. Finally, after no more than 1 minute, a very old woman answers the door and says, "Dear, I told you already yesterday, this is not your room." I had never been there yesterday. She then said, "It will be fine. I'm very sorry, but I'm on the phone with my son. Give it a few more minutes, your mother is coming." And closed the door. I was shocked. How could anyone close the door on a crying kid who lost their mother? Almost immediately after she closed the door, the elevator opened, and my mom ran out crying and grabbed me. She was saying, "Oh, honey, where were you? I've never been so worried." She then went to open the door. Not our room. She was stunned. The whole time, I'm trying to explain that I'd been here, and my timeline of events had only been about 5 minutes. Her still hugging and holding me, she kind of just went into autopilot and went back into the elevator with me. She pressed 7 again. The doors closed super briefly and then reopened. The elevator didn't move at all. Once the door opened, we both saw my grandmother standing in the second door to the left, crying, and then very happy, running to hug us. Apparently, I had been missing for 45 minutes. Police were called. Every floor had been gone to. They were in the process of knocking on all the doors, opening even locked, vacant rooms. Apparently, my mother had decided to once more go and look at the pool to see if I had returned there. Then, after seeing it empty, she took the same only elevator back up to 7. Only this time, out of multiple other times that day, she found me. And not only that, we were clearly not in the elevator hiding out, as it was the only one, and the police and staff had gone up and down the elevator multiple times looking for me. The police were kind of pissed until the hotel staff pulled up the camera, showing me getting on the elevator, but then never getting off. Then what was the creepiest was that my mother got on from the lobby. You see her get on, 10 minutes passed, and then she gets off at floor 7 with me in her arms. I swear, the staff was freaked out, as were the police. They were stumped as to why my hair was still wet, but they couldn't refute the cameras as they were high resolution, working correctly, and everything. That is the end of story number 2.
I read this story as a part of my research for...
I had a feeling you would.
The second I heard the elevator, I said, hold on a second. The wet hair, I was like, yo, I read this.
I almost texted you and said, hey, did you read the elevator one? Because it's like one of the top ones on the page.
It's so good.
It's so good that it's pinned at the top. So I was like, Tom may have already heard this one, but it's fine. I like it too much. I'm putting it in.
I almost brought it up at the beginning when we were describing glitches in the Matrix. I was like, there's one about an elevator on Reddit that's really good.
Yes, that's so
the one.
Crazy.
This building, is that like where her grandma lives?
No, it was a hotel.
See, now this was blowing my mind. And this is what I thought we agreed on, but apparently we were not thinking the same thing because you had already heard the story. I thought we were both just like, whoa, no way. Because her grandma just leaves the door cracked in a hotel? That's crazy. I would never leave my door open in a hotel.
Oh, yeah, dude, I'd be doing that with the latch. You just hold the door open.
Really?
Yeah, if your
So-
kid don't have a key card, you push it right open.
Oh, for the kid you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not going to tell the story, that we're going to save it for a separate thing, but we did this when we went to VidCon, and we had something actually absolutely insane happen to us when we cracked the door open.
Disastrous results.
Disastrous.
You're saying you shouldn't do that?
But people do it all the time.
But
you're
with me, though. It's a little wild.
Yes.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I'll
I was
never
crazy.
do it again because of what happens to us.
Yeah.
Oh, but hold on, I can't wait. So you whisper that story to me while he tells the third story. I want to hear
It's
that.
kind of a lot.
I think it's a story in itself that maybe we save for a whole episode on the podcast.
I think we save
Yeah.
it. I'd say typically it would depend. Like if you're in a really like luxurious resort type kind of like hotel, then like
Sure.
you're probably all right. I would say before the events of what happened at VidCon, because I think that was a pretty nice hotel that we were at, and
Yes.
this still all happened. So anything goes.
That is a really expensive fancy hotel that we were in.
Yeah.
We got really unlucky.
Yeah.
Got to use your discretion, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, your discretion is not always accurate.
We couldn't. What happens? You cannot ever predict.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But so that's a story for after the podcast. For now, back to the elevator story.
Go ahead.
Again, these stories are just really cool.
Yes.
I feel like this one was just, I don't know. Every time I hear like when it starts where like the person's like, oh, this happened when I was 8, this happened when I was 6, it makes it a little less believable for me, because especially from when you're young to when you get older, a lot of things you remember get kind of like altered and like blown out of proportion a little bit.
So there's a lot that I cut out. The mother remembers it the same way he does, according to this person.
I didn't even know it was a boy.
Yeah, the mother remembers it the same way, and they have been, him and the comments have been going through and trying to, figure out which hotel it is and
To get the video footage. That was going to be my comment. I was like, I feel like something like this, like if the video's that good and that high quality, this would have surfaced somewhere.
That's exactly why I actually can't believe this story to be valid, personally, because if it was in 2001 or 03, or it was 01, she was 8, or he was 8, so they were born in 93, that doesn't make a difference, but either way. High quality video camera footage, we don't even really have that today. Like New York City CCTVs, like those are still like 480p, and this is 2025.
Yeah.
Back then, for high quality camera work would have been unbelievable amount of money in this hotel that doesn't sound that high price, personally.
So here's what I would say. I don't think that when they say high quality, they don't mean like 1080 or 4K. I think they just mean it was good quality footage for the time.
To your point, at that time though, if it was that big a deal, that video footage should have been released.
Yeah, that's true.
Like whether it exists today or not, like at that time, in 2001 or 2003, whatever year you gave us, that would have been a huge deal.
Yeah.
This girl was missing for 45 minutes on an elevator, one way up and down. Like,
So
And you know what happened? Government got rid of it.
I'll tell you what.
become a member to find out.
Oh, you got me! I was waiting!
Members only.
No, but actually, bro, I work for the government, okay? Little known secret. We ain't that good. We ain't getting rid of video footage of kids on elevators.
Yeah, but what I think is that if I was hotel staff and I had this footage, and this is 2001, I'm not thinking of going and uploading this video online. There's no way to even post it in 2001.
Yeah.
Fair.
So I think that if this story is real and they had real footage, I think saying why didn't it surface isn't a fair argument, because where are they gonna put it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your rationale because I want to believe this story.
So do
because
I.
I like it. So I think that what you're saying, I'm gonna accept that in my heart.
It does make a lot of sense. There's nowhere, like, there's nothing to do with that footage.
Correct. There's
Nowadays,
literally
like,
nothing.
you get that and immediately it's on TikTok or on
And-
YouTube. And now, like,
But that doesn't make it valid.
But
it makes it believable.
Yeah, it just makes it more believable.
As a skeptic, I just think it means like anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Like that video footage could contain a dragon in the elevator, but we don't know because the video footage doesn't exist to us. You know what I mean? It's both. It's like Schrodinger's cat, right? It's both everything and nothing at the same time.
Right,
It-
100%.
It doesn't help prove it, but you can't use it as
Disprove it.
evidence to
Yes.
disprove
Yes.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fair. That's
Right.
totally fair. I agree.
That's that's the best way to describe it, I think. What I will say is that the kid did have, the person did post photos from the trip of him with his grandmother.
He was really there.
The trip, at the very least, the trip was real and the experience was real to him and even his mother. Now, maybe they're remembering some things wrong. Maybe there were 2 different elevators. Maybe, like, not all of this is, like, the kid just got lost. Like, who knows, right?
That's a lot of weird details to forget, though.
Yes.
That makes it more believable to me. Like,
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching our compilation episode. We hope you enjoyed those stories. We hope you enjoyed the mini game. Let us know what other topics you want to see us do next. And yeah, I mean, we'll see you guys again soon.
I have a topic suggestion.
Okay.
Actually, I don't want to say it.
Okay.
You got shy.
I want to, yeah, I got a little shy. I feel like everybody looked at me and I got nervous. So we'll just,
What if we look away?
I don't know. Just forget
All right.
it, guys.
Well, we don't get to hear it.
Oh.
Bye, guys.